Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video, we will be doing the isomers of alkenes. We have two kinds of isomers in alkenes, the branched, which we have already done, and secondly, we have the position isomers. We know the branched isomers of alkanes and we know the rules. The rules will remain the same and we're going to review them. But in this video, we're introducing the position isomers. Now, the position isomers are directly related to the functional group. In the first structure that we can see over here, we have the functional group as carbon carbon double bond. Then in the second structure, it is again a carbon carbon double bond, and in the third structure it is a carbon carbon double bond, which automatically tells us that all three of them are alkenes. Now, how are we going to identify and name the position isomers? First of all, as you can see, the first structure that we have, this structure does not have any branch that is attached, such as methyl, ethyl. Any alkyl group is not attached, and any other kind of branch is not attached, and there's a continuous carbon chain. This continuous carbon chain is present, which tells us that this is not a branched isomer. Now, why are we saying that the position isomer? Because position isomers are basically telling us the position of the functional group in the compound. As you can see that in the first structure, we have the functional group at the corner, whereas in the second structure, we have the functional group in the middle. So, the position of the functional group will determine the name of the functional group as well. How do we name position isomers? The first step will be to number the longest carbon chain. Now, the longest carbon chain that we have is of 4 carbons that is present over here. However, how are we going to number it? Either we are going to number it from left to right or from right to left. We are going to choose the direction through the process that wherever the functional group is nearest, we are going to start numbering from that side. The functional group is nearest to the right side. So we will number from right to left, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the functional group is between carbon atoms 1 and 2. Now that we can see that the functional group is between 2 carbon atoms, we are going to choose the smallest number. Okay, so from 2 and 1, we have 1 as the smaller number. So we are going to choose this one, and in writing the name, we write first as it is longest carbon chain. So we are going to write the 4 of the longest carbon chain, which is the bute. Then we are going to write the 1. 1 comes from where the carbon chain is positioned. In order to find out where it is positioned, what we did was number the carbon chain from where the functional group was very near, and then we choose the smaller number. Like we have from right to left numbering, and we chose 1 out of 1 and 2 because 1 was the smaller number. So here comes the 1, and then we have the ene, which is the suffix of alkene, because this is an isomer of alkene. So that's how you are going to name it. Now, the second isomer that we have over here, we can easily identify that this does not have a branch that is attached. So as we see that there is no branch, this is a position isomer. In order to name it, we are going to see the longest carbon chain. The longest carbon chain is also of 4 carbons, which means it is bute. So we write bute. Then we are going to determine this number. How are we going to determine it? We are going to number the carbon chain from either left to right or right to left. Now that the functional group is between, in between, and in the middle, so we can number from any of the two directions, and we are going to number it, let's say, from left to right. So the longest carbon chain comes between 2 and 3. And as the carbon chain comes between 2 and 3, we choose the smaller number of 2 and 3, and 2 is the smaller number, so it comes over here. And then we have "ene" as the suffix. That's how you name it. And the last kind and the most complex kind of isomer that we are going to do for alkenes is when you have branched and position isomers combined in a structure. Now, as you can see in the last structure, there is functional group that is attached along with a branch that is attached. This branch is methyl because it's methane minus one hydrogen. We learned in the previous video that it's going to be methyl if we remove one hydrogen. It is going to become an alkyl if we remove one hydrogen from methane. So this is methyl. Now remember that in branched isomers, we first write the number from where our branch is attached. So our branch is attached to carbon number 2, right? So from where our branch is attached, we need to number it. Okay, as the branch is attached to the middle carbon, it doesn't make a difference from which direction you number. So we are going to number it from 2. Then we are going to write the branch name as we do in alkanes, which becomes methyl. And then we are going to write the longest carbon chain name. The longest carbon chain, if we were doing the isomers of alkanes, then the longest carbon chain name will come like propane. However, as we also have a functional group in alkenes, we are going to divide this propane or propene into two parts, just as we were doing in the position isomers, and we're going to write prop as the longest carbon chain. Then from where the functional group is nearest, from where is it nearest? It is at 1 and it is in between 1 and 2 carbons. We're going to number it only and only once. Okay? So from where is it nearest? 1, 2. So it is nearest from 1. Okay? So 1 and then "ene." So that's how you are going to name it. So let's review. In branched isomers, you first are going to see from where is your branch attached. Branch is when you have another thing that is attached, another chain of carbon that is attached, which is not part of the longest carbon chain. Okay, so from from which carbon the branch is attached, then the name of the branch, then the longest carbon chain, then from where the functional group is attached, and then "ene," which is the suffix. Now for position isomers, you just need to know the longest carbon chain, which is but in this one. Then you need to know the numbering of the carbons, and as the functional group is present on one carbon, then you choose this, and then the last part is the suffix of alkene, which is "ene." This is how the process of isomerism and how naming of isomerism comes to an end. If you have any queries, DM us.